Hey everybody, it's Knighton from the Hour of Power podcast. I figured I would stop by before the start of this episode just to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. And just a quick reminder, please do not punch that old lady in the face for the air fryer. It's not worth the battery charge on your record. So, once again, everyone have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and please enjoy the show.
Thanksgiving is a time to celebrate with family and friends, to enjoy a delicious meal, and to give thanks for all the blessings in life. But for some, it is also a time to settle old scores, to dish out some pain and humiliate your in-laws. For the past 2 weeks, Aaron Stevens has been on a warpath ever since Magic Inc.'s CJ delivered a low blow to the former NWA national champion. And Stevens, who prides himself on being a master of the martial arts, challenged the Brazilian beauty to a match unlike any other. A match where there will be no striking, only grappling. A pure wrestling contest where the loser will have to gobble like a turkey in front of the whole world. A match that Aaron calls the Turkey Gobbler Match. Who will carve out a victory and who will be left guzzling in autumnal shame? Who will feast on glory and who will be left with yesterday's leftovers? This is the NWA, where history lives and where legends are forged.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hour of Power podcast. I am your co-host, Knighton, and once again, I am joined with Trey. Trey, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm ready for Thanksgiving. I'm ready to stuff my face. I'm ready to see this fucking turkey match we got coming up in this broadcast. And I'm ready to talk about some NWA Powerrr.
Well, you can keep the turkey. I will enjoy my schnitzel and spatzel.
Dude, that sounds like something Justin would like.
It is. It's German.
Okay, there you go.
I fucking hate turkey.
I love this. This is one of my favorite dishes. Justin's not on here, so we got to make fun of him.
Listen. We're going to have the schnitzel and the spatzel, and we're going to have the brandy and the brandy old-fashioned Schwyz. Yeah, I love it.
You be Purge, and I'll be his mother. Justin, stop it. Stop it. You are being such a cunt. Okay. That's enough of that.
God damn it. We haven't even been a minute into this fucking thing, and it's already a train wreck. God damn it.
I know, and we're cussing like sailors. Oh, well.
When don't we?
That ought to offend the people who just continually bring up James Mitchell and cocaine. It'll be like just a random NWA post, and I look in the comments, and it'll be like a fan or two or wherever they'll comment, "Oh, how about some booger sugar?" Or I'm like, dude, what in the fuck? Like, it's not even funny.
Hey, you know what? Fuck. You know what? While we're on that, why don't we bring it up?
Okay. We talked about it last week.
For all those who believed the dirt sheets and said, "Oh, the NWA is not going to CW. They screwed their opportunity." Beep.
How
Look at you
dare
now.
they? Look, Huck, how dare they? How dare they do coke on pay-per-view? How dare they? But then I watched AEW the other night. I found that very interesting. Full Gear. Me and my son were watching that, and another wrestler told him to fuck off, basically. I was like, I just looked at my son like, oh, man. So, I don't know. I just think and I told everybody that is not the issue why CW is not going to work with NWA. I knew that was bullshit. Also, you had a man drinking another man's blood. Like, I mean, really drinking another man's blood. This was not fake blood on the pay-per-view. So, yeah, on pay-per-view, you can get wild. You can do whatever you want to. It's pay-per-view. There's no sponsors. Come on, people. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Right
Hold on.
over. My bad.
I'm getting my phone's blowing up. Like, never mind.
Okay.
We can edit this out real quick. Give me one.
No. Leave it in. They love it.
Oh, yeah, they're going to love the
The band.
awkward silence of me trying to read a text message from my girlfriend, trying to understand what the
God.
fuck she's saying.
Commercial.
Yeah, no shit.
So what about that NWA Powerrr?
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I thought it was a good episode. It really had like a Thanksgiving-ish feel to it, and I liked how it all started out. I love the build up with CJ and Aaron Stevens. It's wonderful. Oh, are you still reading?
Yeah, sorry. Personal shenanigans.
Okay.
But this match and the build up to it was very, very fun. Although I will say, who the hell did Aaron Stevens have out at ringside with him? It was the Carnies?
The Carnies.
Okay,
Yeah.
that I was like, I feel like that's what, because I watched that match while I was driving, so it was...
Yeah, it was a little bit perplexing why he didn't have Blunt Force Trauma out there with him instead, but maybe they're okay. So Blunt Force Trauma, the way I'm trying to kind of like read Billy Corgan's booking, I'm trying to get in his head here, but I'm thinking that has been done. We saw that match weeks ago where Blunt Force Trauma got the win, and I think Blunt Force Trauma is kind of moving on to... They're almost kind of running through the tag teams because there's so many tag teams in NWA. We've talked about it every single week. The tag division is super, super deep. And I think they just look at it like, well, they've beat them. You know what I'm saying? Let's move them on to another tag team. But, they still got this fun little feud with Aaron Stevens and CJ. So how can we keep this going without, kind of acting like we're going to get another Magic Inc. versus Blunt Force Trauma match? Am I right, maybe, in that assessment?
Yeah, I think it's keeping the intrigue of BFT and Magic Inc., but without having them having to be in the ring, which, honestly, is a smart way to keep the interest of not only the fans, but I think the talent as well.
Mm-hmm.
And this was one of those goofy, but it was the necessary evil.
It's perfect for Thanksgiving. You've got to have comedy. Comedy has always been around in wrestling, really. Even in these traditionalists who get upset over comedy in wrestling, it's always been around. If it's done right, it's done good. It can be very entertaining. And with this was just a nice little 2 or 3 week build, with CJ hitting Aaron Stevens and the
Mommy Daddy button.
Yeah, the button on the fur coat right there, tagging him. And this was Aaron Stevens' attempt to get a little bit of revenge on the woman who embarrassed him.
But as we will later come to find out, it did not go so well for him.
No, it did not. Do you want to review this match?
Yeah, let's go over it.
Okay.
Good back and forth of both teams getting involved. Aaron getting tripped up by Magic Inc., CJ getting tripped up by the Carnies. CJ kind of playing into Stevens of, I'm a girl, so I'm gonna get easily hurt. And then she just takes control of Aaron and just makes him look like a fool.
Oh, I just felt so bad when he put her what would you call that? Not an arm bar, but
wrist lock.
Wrist lock, my bad. Yeah, angry marks are screaming at me right now that are listening to this. What the fuck? That's the most basic shit, man.
Yeah, fuck.
You even know what a fucking headlock is? Yeah. But when he put her in the wrist lock and she screamed, I was like, oh no, don't you hurt my CJ. She's just so innocent and sweet. And she was just playing him.
Whose ass are you going to kiss this week? Aaron Stevens or CJ?
I don't know, honestly, because I fucking love them both. And after this, and like, I will defend this fucking comedy match till the day I die. When they're talking about all the greats of all time, there's Brett and Shawn, the Iron Man, and there's, Ricky Steamboat and Ric Flair, and then there's CJ and Aaron Stevens for me.
Oh my God.
I loved it, man.
I don't know.
I loved it.
So did I. I enjoyed it, but
it was just it was a nice comedy match.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed it, and they got CJ some more airtime. CJ, needs more airtime, and I think that this was a perfect way to really get her over. And Aaron Stevens just working his magic as usual. I mean, totally going overboard on the selling, and it was absolutely perfect.
It worked for what it was supposed to do. Although I was a little disappointed.
Why? Because
when I heard you got to dress up like a turkey,
right.
I'm fully expecting the whole kit and caboodle. You're in a full turkey, and then it's just a hat. And I'm like,
well, see, I'm watching this live.
Bleh.
I'm watching this live, and I'm like, huh? What's going on? And the person I'm watching it with is like, well, they're filming several weeks out, so this is the Thanksgiving show, and the loser's gonna have to wear this turkey hat or whatever. But then when I heard the way they explained this match on Power, I was like, huh. I was like, well, that could be a little disappointing because, yeah, the way they explained it, you're thinking gobbledygooker or whatever shit from like Survivor Series 1991
Yep.
or
Nope, 1990.
it was
33 years ago.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. So, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. And that's not really what we got. We got he got the hat put on his head, which he was not a fan of.
No.
And we got some interference from the Carnies and Magic Inc. And I think we're going to get a little payoff match with that. And maybe one more little payoff with CJ and Aaron Stevens. But basically, I think this kind of wrapped it up.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll see Aaron just, go back to blunt force trauma after this. But they may do another match with, like I said, the Carnies and Magic Inc. And, tie that up. But fun little match. Really put me in the Thanksgiving spirit. I enjoyed it.
All right, we're going to move on to promo number 1 of the night. Father James Mitchell with Max the Impaler.
Boy, was I wrong the other week about, well, you can't buck two hills against each other. Apparently you can, and apparently they have.
They're a heel, motherfucker.
Well, I mean, come on. I'm just a little... I'm an old school fan, so... like I said last week, I enjoy sometimes when they do a heel versus heel or face versus face. And... they've already done this match. Apparently, it sounds the way he made it sound like
NWA 75.
Yes, like she just absolutely squashed her.
See, here's the thing. I'm all for a heel versus heel, face versus face when it makes sense.
It does kind of make sense here too because they're clearly two of the best. They are with Camille wrapped in there, but she's not really wrestling right now. So, I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
I do it like this. When it's a heel versus a heel and you have to root for one person, you're going to end up rooting for the lesser of the two evils. So in that case, it's going to be Kenzie Page that people are going to be behind because they want to see Max be defeated.
Yeah, it's kind of an underdog element, I guess. Kenzie Page being kind of the underdog. I mean, yeah, she's already lost to her and was squashed by her, and she's the champion now. Then she's got that underdog role.
In a sense, yeah, I would say it's most of an underdog role, but I think in this case, it's the lesser of the two evils. Because, you go out there and fans really don't like either. So it's like, okay, if I have to root for one, this is who I'm going for, and this is my reason why. But
yeah, it would seem that the crowd would probably get behind Kenzie Page. She's almost got a bad guyish or heelish. She's almost, the whole thing where it's like, damn, if you're a really cool heel, you end up really turning like face. That's what she kind of has going on for her. I feel like at least the potential for that.
I feel it's the you love to hate them and you hate to love them.
Max was kind of over with the crowd when at the tapings, as far as like a monster over, like, you know, they were chanting Max is gonna kill you, stuff like that. So I don't know. You could get a mixed reaction, I guess, with those two. We need to go back and watch their match.
Yeah, I think maybe we might have to get
Why don't we do that? We should go back and watch some of
NWA
the older
75.
yes, and some of the other older pay-per-views and review them. That would be fun.
Yeah, I'd say we could do that as like a bonus episode or something like that.
We're going on Patreon.
Yo,
we're gonna charge for this.
You're fucking setting that shit up. I ain't fucking with that. Fuck that. I already deal with enough shit. But
well, we haven't got to that level yet.
No, not in the fucking slightest. But
no.
Let's focus on the promo. Father James looking for total domination with the group. Now that Sal and Gags are back in the group, he even talked about Max's domination in Europe and Japan, which I had seen a few clips of a few of Max's matches over in Europe and Japan. And my God, were they just dominating everybody they were in the ring with.
Yeah, she's became a draw, a special attraction is what I was looking for.
And like the more and more I've been diving into Max's stuff, the more and more I realize how much of a badass they are. And it's like, damn.
Yeah, she's got the beast mentality.
And like I even found some of
the Brock Lesnar of the women's division.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that statement whatsoever.
Yeah. It is kind of, I've told you in the previous podcast that it's getting to the point where, like, I mean, who can beat her? They haven't really built anybody up to her level other than possibly Kenzie Page or Camille. That would be Camille and Max. I bet they've faced each other and we have no fucking clue about it.
Probably because, you know, we're getting back into things and, you know, me watching pro wrestling. This is the longest I've watched pro wrestling since 2020. So, you know, I've got a lot of catching up to do.
Right.
But
well, we're getting there. I'm getting pretty familiar with this roster.
Slowly but surely. Just don't call me Shirley.
Mm-hmm.
Father James ended up calling out Mims.
I did. Yeah.
I was like
about Max pinning Mims in that matchup at Salwin.
Yeah. And Father James was like, maybe Max will add your title to their trophy case. And I was like, oh,
maybe that's where she's going. She's going into the, you know, the men's divisions.
As much as I would love to see that, I want Mims to keep the title. Sorry.
I just got like this vision in my head of Silas Young versus Max and Baylor. And I'm not shitting you, I would pay like big money to see that. Oh man. Damn. I'm a bad person. I'm a very bad person.
Yeah, we know.
But anyways, would be hilarious. I'm sorry, but he just okay. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on to match number 2: Big Mama versus Kylie Page.
You don't like Big Mama?
I wasn't impressed. Big Mama did a lot more showboating than a lot of wrestling in the beginning, and Kylie kept getting Big Mama off guard a few times. It's like, Big Mama, you got to focus.
Yeah, Big Mama did take her eye off the prize a couple of times, and even the commentating team pointed that out.
And it seemed that Big Mama was more worried about hyping up the crowd at sometimes, and it's like, focus on the match.
Well, that might be her quality, is really just telling the story in the ring and just kind of getting the crowd involved. But I agree with you to a certain degree. I wasn't super impressed with Big Mama.
This match was a little, I felt it was more to be desired. Don't get me wrong, both good competitors, but it just
Right.
felt like something was not firing right. But not always you get the 5-star classics.
Right. And I think with him, kind of working with different territories, which we'll talk about at the end of this podcast, I think you're going to get an influx of talent that just kind of comes in and, works a taping and then they're out. And if they just happen to get super over with the crowd, catch fire. Maybe it's a situation where he's like, okay, let's bump you up here on the main roster, the Powerrr roster, NWA, or is other promotions. So that is how I feel about that. Where is that little German bastard tonight? I guess he's asleep.
I don't know. It's late for him, and I'm enjoying the peace and quiet, so don't fucking ruin it. I'm actually enjoying, I don't know, saying things
And
compared
Brody wants to come on the podcast. That's a big NWA fan.
Fuck Brody.
Yeah, okay. Fuck Brody. Fuck Brody. I like that. That needs to be on a t-shirt.
There's got to be some context to it, though. There can't be. Somebody looks at that t-shirt, they're going to go, what?
Hey, my name's Brody. What the fuck? Yeah, fuck you, buddy.
Oh, fuck.
Bruiser
right.
Brody's the only cool fucking Brody I know. Or I don't know, but
I was about to say, I think he was a little bit before your time. Just a
wee bit.
Just a tad bit. You missed him.
I love watching this shit with Abdullah the Butcher. But I digress. Let's not talk about this. We're kind of going off.
Yeah. All right. Promo number 2 of the night. This was another what the fuck. The slime balls.
Yeah, very old
Sage
school
Chance
type, like
Tommy
very
Ray.
corny, over the top, tongue in cheek tag team.
I wasn't a fan.
I'm not gonna say I was a big fan. I'm not gonna shit on it because those kind of tag teams, those kind of talents can have a place on a roster.
I would more say this, and I posted it on my I commented on the NWA's post of the slime balls, and they're like, "Oh, what do you guys think?" I'm like, maybe. And with time, they might grow on me, but
yeah,
I was like, what? But teach their own. Everybody likes. I like chocolate. You like vanilla. We can both enjoy because it's all ice cream.
These guys were more like a kiwi sherbet. Or if Nickelodeon had ice cream, it would be these guys.
You're not wrong.
Slime balls. Wait. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, they were the slime balls. And Kyle Davis just looked confused as hell during this interview.
Yes, he did.
He had the same facial reactions as I did.
I think that's the point, though.
Yeah.
Over the top, tongue in cheek, old school fucking little slime balls. I mean, you think of slime balls, you think of these guys. They just look like slime balls. So they're doing their job.
I guess.
You want to see them get their ass whipped. Don't fucking lie about that.
I'm not hiding that fact.
Yeah, well, there you go.
BFT or fucking
anybody. Please, for the love of God, CJ, whip their ass.
If I was a bet man, I'd put 150 on CJ.
Yeah, she's taller than them, so.
Jesus balls, dude. Can you at least wait till I'm not taking a drink? Fuck.
Oh.
All right, man. We're gonna move on. Promo number 3.
They're not Ronaldo short though. Let's go.
Yeah, they're not Rolando, dude. We'll get to that match later on. That was funnier and shit.
Yeah, I like that shit.
But promo number 3, Tim Storm. He's back full time.
Yeah,
I'm game for this.
Well, when I saw him wrestle at the tapings. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I was very, very confused. Like, huh? And he was teaming with Jackson. I was like, oh, okay, is this a tag team? This is cool. You know, they've got a history with each other, which he explains in this promo that was the guy he defeated for the NWA World Title, and no one can ever take that away from Tim Storm. Tim Storm is awesome. I love Tim Storm.
I know when he held the NWA Championship and when he was facing Nick Aldis, that was when I originally got into the NWA.
Well, yeah.
And that hooked me. I was like, I like Tim Storm. I've always known about Nick Aldis from his prior runs in other companies, but
yeah,
I thoroughly enjoyed Tim Storm. It was a hell of a promo, hell of a worker.
Told such a great underdog story with the fact that he just couldn't get that win with Nick Aldis and made you believe that he was going to get that win. Great storytelling.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Oh, man, Dawning, we got to wrap this shit up.
No.
We're going to have to put a lot of filler in.
It's because I took 2 fucking melatonin thinking that it weren't going to kick in until 9 o'clock, and they kicked in about 20 minutes ago. I'll make it, though. I'll make it, boo. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that. But I'm interested to see the tag team with Tim Storm and Jack Stane, and they're looking to hunt down BFT.
I got to see it in person.
Will you shut the fuck up?
Yeah. And you know the rumor I dropped last week? The rumor is Hard Times coming to Atlanta. Hard Times 3. Guess who'll be there?
Listen here, Punkerhead. This is some Hard Times, baby.
Second most recognizable name.
I've wined and dined with kings and queens, and I've slept in hours and ate pork and beans. Ooh-wee.
That's right. He always called Atlanta the New York of the South.
I don't know. I've never been to either. So my fucking Wisconsinite ass has not left the state. And
hey, buddy, if I win the lottery, I'm flying you out here, getting you your own place,
dude.
Problem is I don't play the lottery.
Yeah, that kind of helps. Hey, I actually played the lottery. I won double my money.
Nice.
I spent $5 and I won 10.
Oh,
so. But anyway,
still win.
We're gonna move.
Tim Storm, I am so excited to hear you'll be returning to wrestling full time.
Yeah, it was. I'm not going to lie and say it was an easy decision. It's, part of me says that 2.5, 3 years of my life at commentary is maybe I should have done it before this. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are probably going to say, why are you doing it now? I've gone to my friend, Jax Dane, and I've asked Jax if he would tag with me. I can't, I don't know how much time I've got left in this business, but I love it. I'm passionate about it. Nobody I'd rather do it with than him.
But as a former world champion, what's even left for you to prove?
No, it always hurts me because everywhere I go, I'm a former world champion, right? I mean, that's how they announce you and that's great. As wrestlers, if anybody looks at you and says, I have nothing left to prove, they're wrong. I'm not going to say they're lying to you. They're wrong. The night that I won that, and I beat my friend Jax Dane for that, there were a lot of people that said, hey, good pat on the back. Gold watch, you've had a good career, congratulations, you probably won't hold it long. But I knew that night that I could lose that title. But they will never take my name off that list of the greatest champions in the world. And that's what I hold on to. Nothing has taken me up the mountaintop higher than that.
Mm-hmm. And I assume in the future there will be a match against our world tag champions, BFT?
Let me just put it this way. I know how tough Jax Dane is. I know what I can bring. So let me just put it this way. Yeah, I hope so.
Okay. Thank you so much, Tim. I'm so happy you're back.
Thank you, May.
We're going to move on. Match number 3, excuse me. I didn't catch one of the guys' names, but it's Jackson something and his tag team partner versus Adrian Thomas and Hunter James.
Oh, yes. Okay, so these are not regular talents. So, I haven't seen these people since we started watching Powerrr, and I've never really seen them before until this show.
Also, that match never happened at the tapings?
I did not see that match at the tapings. I do not remember that match happening at the tapings.
Okay.
Because I would have been like, hey, such and such, who the hell is this? But I really, really enjoyed Hollywood James. Dude, that guy, there was something of Christmas about his working ability, and like he had like this Dolph Ziggler type bumping, like the way he was bumping around and stuff. Look for that guy to really kind of I mean, like I've been watching indie wrestling for I don't know, 10 or 11 years live, and I can always spot was like when I spot somebody, I'm like, okay, that guy, he's gonna make it big, he's gonna do something. And like I would say 95% of the time that is the case. And this guy right here is no exception. The other gentleman in the match, great talents. I don't have my notes with me either, so but they're all four good, man. But something about old Hollywood, this dude was I mean, he was on another level in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree with that. At first, I
He looked
did.
like old school Steve Austin, stunning Steve Austin.
Oh yeah, the Hollywood
Even
Blondes.
kind of like his offense was a little bit similar to stunning Steve Austin's offense.
I don't know. I never really got to see very much of Stunning Steve Austin.
Ooh,
Before my time.
that's how when I first started watching wrestling, he was in WCW, and I think he had just won the TV title. And God Almighty, it felt like he held it forever. I think he ended up being the longest running television champion. But this guy was great. I want to get, I definitely want to see more of this. All four of these guys seem like really good workers.
Yeah, I mean, for not having any tag team chemistry between any of them, they definitely showed that there was something there. And yeah, Hollywood James definitely showed off, did very well. All these talent did very well. So what I thought was going to be one of the matches that, because I was watching Power while I was playing Zombies, I was like, this is going to be one I'm going to skip over. And I ended up sitting in a corner in the middle of a building and just watch the match. I was like, okay, I was wrong.
I was kind of plugged out too because I didn't know any of these talents, and I'm like, all right, whatever. And I just kept watching. I was like on my lunch break, and I was like, man, this is actually pretty damn good. This might have been match of the night as far as work rate. Just pure work rate. I mean, wouldn't you say? I mean, I know I love the comedy match, but I'm just saying, like, if you're just looking for a good match, a good solid little match, this is it.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you, dude. I cannot disagree with you.
You weren't. It was a cold match. You weren't, emotionally invested or anything, but it was just like one of those pleasantly, a great example. I'm watching Nitro, circa 95 ish, I guess. And there's this little guy that comes out in a mask, and this other guy is the other tiny guy with a receding hairline. No. It was another guy who had a mullet, looked like a businessman or a used car salesman. That was Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio. I was just a kid, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know these guys didn't look like your typical wrestlers, how big they were. And I was like, I can remember just thinking I was so disinterested in seeing this match. And then as I'm watching, I'm like, holy shit, this is good. This is good shit. And, instantly becoming a fan after that. But I mean, something around 96, at least in America, like the work rate started getting so much better in both WWE and WCW.
I wouldn't know. I wasn't alive then.
Oh my God. Thanks for making me feel fucking old.
1998, baby.
Wow. Body.
Fuck, my dad was watching WCW. He was a WCW guy.
Yeah, I liked them both. Towards the end, WCW was just like, it was very unwatchable.
Yeah, like my dad stopped watching wrestling, 2000.
Oh, jeez.
And then I started watching wrestling at the age of too after I stopped watching, reruns of the 1972 to 68 to 72 World Series on ESPN Classic.
You really are a baseball nut, aren't you?
Dude, that was the only way that I was able to sleep as a baby, was reruns of World Series games.
Yeah, I like watching that old stuff too when I was a kid.
But
yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just continuing on. Like, I didn't get to really watch the heyday of wrestling. By the time I started watching wrestling, WCW was basically done.
Oh,
so
that was.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that was back in the day. Back in the day, I remember thinking, "Wow, this is so fucking surreal." Like I just seen them like battle each other. It'd be like if WWE bought AEW today, it'd just be like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" And they did a simulcast on both shows, Dynamite and say SmackDown or whatever. But hey, we're not here to talk about
other companies. We are here to talk about the National Wrestling Alliance,
the originator, the old school.
I'm going to sidebar off that later on after we get done with these matches. You're going to get a kick out of this story.
Okay.
Anyway, we're going to move on. Vignette of the night. You see a little incident with Samantha Starr and Chelsea. Now, I don't know if Skyway Studios needs to increase their security cameras or NWA needs to turn on the microphones, but it appears Samantha Starr kind of lost her shit.
She did.
Unknown reasons why.
Nice matchup. It's happening.
I mean, we did see a snippet of it at Sawim on the pre-show.
Yeah.
But
they're already pushing Samantha Starr. She got that big win at Sawin.
Yeah, and it was actually with Chelsea in the Fatal 4-Way. But I want to know why. That's my reason. Why?
Ooh, that's what they're trying to do, is create interest and story.
Well, they've definitely got my fucking ass hook, line, and sinker.
We'll find out soon enough, I feel like.
Hopefully.
Maybe next week.
Possibly.
We still didn't. Mims hasn't been on TV in forever.
God damn it, book fucking Mims. Where is he?
Because I saw him at the tapings. He better be on next week's show. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, this is horseshit. I need to see Mims, god damn it.
Yeah.
He's the national television champion, and he hasn't fucking been on since
every show, defending the title, almost every show.
What was it? I haven't seen him on since he won the damn title, and that was almost a month ago.
Let's see, it looks like they're building Mims and Max.
We need to get a hashtag going. Hashtag bring back Mims.
Yes. And then it lasts for a week and he's back. I think he actually is scheduled next week.
I don't know. I didn't really pay attention to what was up next week.
Fucking ran. God damn it, bring Mims back. All right.
There you go, fuckers.
Woohoo. You're just fucking television champion. There you go.
Well, we're watching the TV show. He needs to be on at least once in a while. Fuck.
Yeah, just throw him on a promo, man. He was just really kind of getting over with me, and he has not been over. He hasn't been on in weeks. Come on.
I know. Last time we saw him was Sawim, and he got. Not gonna lie.
No, I'm beginning to think that Powerrr needs to be a little longer than an hour.
Hour and a half.
Yeah, could they get away with that?
Oh, probably. I don't know. Listen, you're the wrestling genius, and you know a lot of people, and you have weird connections. I don't know. Fucking make it happen, asshole.
Oh, yeah. Me and Billy Corgan were tight.
Thick as thieves.
Yep. I'll disarm him with a smile. And he... Jesus Christ.
Neither of us could take that sentence seriously, dude.
Oh, my God. That was terrible.
Fucking hell. Don't quit your day job, dude.
I won't.
All right, we're going to move on to the main event of the evening. The Southern 6 versus the Spectaculars 1.0. And God fucking damn it.
What?
Really? Tyler Midas?
Oh
Who
my god!
let Rush?
I said the same
Who
thing.
let
Well, it
Ronaldo?
sounds like we're complaining a lot this week, but I will also complain about this because I was really hoping for Paul Burchill.
I know.
was like,
So was
"No,
I. I was like, I want Paul
not
Burchill.
this Midas touch shit. And where is Kara?
Yeah, no shit.
Some women. Bring a woman into this.
Listen. Rolando wanted some
Oh, that's
sexy. I would say, bring care and you get some sexy, okay?
Yes. I mean, like, I don't know. I'm just saying, this was maybe not the best choice. Okay.
No, I don't know. Maybe it was a test run to see how
Yeah, I
Tyler
don't think
would
he'll
do.
be back. I don't think he'll be back unless
Mm,
they just want to like run him through the ringer.
I don't know. Maybe they'll bring on Justin. I don't know.
They're growing on me though. I tell you, the spectaculars. They're growing on me.
Yes,
Cool.
they definitely are, especially Rush. I'm starting to
Yes.
like Rush a lot more than Rolando.
Rolando is like so. He's great. I love him. He's a great character, and he's just so little and tiny. It's just great. It's just funny to watch.
I'm not saying I hate Rolando as a person. I
Love him.
think he's a goofy son of a bitch, a little too
That's
goofy
what
for
I
my
love.
liking. But
Okay.
so is Rush, but Rush is within that goofy of like,
Well, yeah, Rush is a guy's like, it's a dude if you run up on, it's like, nah, you don't want to fuck with that guy.
I'll go out and have a couple drinks with Rush, but
Right. I
Well-
think it would be fun to have drinks with both those guys, man, and hear them bicker back and forth because anything that I've seen, they kind of bicker a little bit back and forth. And I just think it would be kind of hilarious to go out, have a drink with those guys, and just listen to them bitch at each other.
there's a lot of talent I'd like to go out and have a drink with. I think
CJ
it'd
would
be
one.
fun.
Oh,
I'm not going out to drink with Kerry Morton because I heard he's a lightweight.
Okay, so let's talk about the Southern Six for a second here. I get they're doing their job. God almighty, I'm ready for somebody to beat these smug assholes. And that means they are fucking doing a fantastic job at having me mark out. But it just like clicked in this match. I'm like, God bless. Somebody smack the shit out of Kerry Morton, please.
Dude, listening to the crowd chant Kerry sucks.
And Alex Taylor talking, I'm like, shut the fuck up. You're from Ringgold. That's where I'm from. But yeah. And then I mean Silas Young, yeah, that's not a guy. I don't want to talk bad about him.
Silas
Okay.
Mason.
And yeah, my bad. Silas Mason, the Thrill Billy. That is a dude I do not want to mess with. God almighty, he is brutal, man. Just brutal in that ring.
Dude, when Tyler Midas came in, immediately I knew, well, it was a good run.
Yeah.
But this match is over with. And number one, that clothesline.
Oh, yeah.
That would be a clothesline that JBL would be like, yep.
I mean,
that was nice.
He's got instant fucking just a concussion right there.
And
Bam.
then that chop or slap. Oh my God. Oh.
It's brutal, man.
That was a big, meaty fucking bear paw.
Did I hear right that he's in the new Iron Claw movie?
Yeah, he's one of the Freebirds.
Oh, that's
Both
awesome.
him
But he's
and
Terry
Brady
Bam
Pierce.
Bam Gordy. He's a perfect Terry Bam Bam Gordy. Never thought of that. Holy shit, that's
Brady
who he
Pierce
reminds
as
me
well.
of. That's exactly who he fucking reminds me of. Yeah, he's great. He's look, I say this, I say that with love. Like I want to, I want Kerry Morton to get slapped, right in the fucking face. Just shut this guy up. Shut Alex Taylor up. And they're doing their job. They're a great, and I mean great, stable. I'm really enjoying their work. They have this great chemistry together. But yeah, continue on. My bad.
I mean, we got over it. Rush and Alex go after it for a little bit. Good work between both of those.
Mm-hmm.
Kerry comes in, Rolando comes in, and then they decide, you know what? let's give Tyler a shot. And Tyler just gets his fucking ass whooped. He had like a spurt of a comeback, and that got shot down
really quick.
faster than anyone I've seen in my life. You want to talk about a train wreck? That was a train wreck.
Well, it was a good little match, though.
Oh yeah, it was entertaining as hell. I liked it.
They were really just showcasing the Southern Six, it seemed like, and then, you know, us getting a little bit of a payoff with, you know, who's going to be the new Spectacular, but not quite. I think this continues on, and they continue to try to find somebody to put in the Spectaculars. And as far as the Southern Six, it would seem that they are gunning for the tag team titles from Blunt Force Trauma. So, I mean, you got Thrillbilly possibly against, I don't know who they're building him up for. I still feel like they're building him up for a match with EC3. But we'll, time will only tell with that. Good little main event. I will say my match of the night, just because I was invested in the performers, not necessarily that it was like the best work rate match of the night, but I'll say this main event was probably my match of the night, just because it was cool to see a Southern Six versus Spectaculars, who they've kind of been pushing on TV lately. And Southern Six are just like, they're just kind of unbeatable right now. They've done a great job building up some of these talents on this roster as being like, hey, who's going to beat these people? Who's going to step up and beat Max and Paler? Who's going to step up and beat the Southern Six, who are, I believe, are still undefeated in tag action?
Yes, they are.
Who's going to step up and beat EC3, who they've built up really, really good, and his opponent coming up, they've built him up very good. So all this is, they're doing a very good job building up for next year, and I'm interested to see if they bring in any new talent, any familiar talent, or just a really hot independent talent.
Yeah, the possibilities are endless of where they can go, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what is in the future for the NWA as a whole, because there is so much opportunity. So much. Everyone can sit there and be like, well, NWA is this, NWA. No, they have a lot of opportunity. They have a lot of potential.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of time and place. And I'm looking forward to seeing it. I really am.
So the primary thing for this podcast is that we pretty much just review Powerrr, but we always talk about some NWA news at the end of it, and we're kind of running short on time. But let's talk really briefly. Knighton, I haven't seen too much information on this, so I'm hoping that you can kind of update me on this. But what is going on with Ohio Valley Wrestling and NWA? Because what happened in just the last few days? Did EC3 defeat their champion?
Yes. Give me 1 second. I'm actually in a Discord chat, and a lot of the Discord chat, we talk about all things NWA, which has actually been really good. And I've gotten a lot of viable information and a lot of viewpoints from some of these fans. And yeah, it seems to be that there was a champion versus champion match at Ohio Valley Wrestling's latest show, and EC3 ended up winning that match, making him not only the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, but the Ohio Valley Wrestling Champion.
You gotta believe that is another, that's something that's going to be added to his territory system within NWA, which Ohio Valley, if you've watched the Netflix series, have been looking for, somebody to come and kind of help them out financially a little bit, because they do have great talent there, and they do have name value because they've produced, really big name stars, and I think this is pretty big, man. Oh man, this excites me as a fan, because I do like Ohio Valley, and I watch them occasionally. And if you're gonna get a territory in that little region, that's just absolutely perfect. So I would love to see them help out Ohio Valley Wrestling, and in turn Ohio Valley, help NWA out in any way. But whoever booked that is genius, and I'm interested to know if we're going to hear about that on NWA Powerrr next week and see some kind of clip. They really need to show a clip of something like that. I just hate that if it's something that they've already got in the can and they're just rolling it next week. I'm like, please do not miss out on this opportunity to show your world champion win the Ohio Valley Championship. I know there's video footage of it. You got to put it out there.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. If you just go look up OVW TV, it's OVW Live Thanksgiving Thunder. It was
Right.
EC3 versus Jesse Godders.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, EC3 becomes the OVW National Heavyweight Champion. I actually watched a little bit of the match. It was a very solid match.
This is great interest for Ohio Valley. It really helps out Ohio Valley. And like I said, it kind of helps out NWA in return. I mean, in this day and time, when wrestling is oversaturated, and you have AEW and WWE taking up most of the ads in wrestling and big network money, pay-per-views and everything like that, you've almost got to go out and seek somebody else as far as like joining up. Like, hey, let's put our heads together and let's create something, because there's still interest in our products. So let's take our fan bases and join them together and really grow this thing.
Yeah. Words are hard sometimes.
They are. We always do these podcasts late at night.
Here's the thing. I'm not a big proponent of watching other product. I find that I don't have the attention span for it. And it's just the same run-of-the-mill shit that we see week in and week out. And with the NWA, it's something new. You're always going, okay, what's next? Compared to going, okay, I can figure out what's next. And
I can tell you exactly what the main event for WrestleMania is.
yeah, 100%.
No injuries.
And we're in November.
Yeah, I can tell you what the main event is. And that's not necessarily a bad thing sometimes, but as a wrestling fan, one of the things that you crave is unpredictability and the surprise element. And sometimes you don't get that enough with some of your favorites you've watched, your entire life. What in the hell? Oh my God, doing a run in is Brody.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Fucking too goddamn late, bud.
Oh, what?
He fucking
on, he giggled and then he left. What a run in, fans. We got to end this thing here pretty soon because we don't want him getting back on.
Fuck. I wanted to sidebar and tell the story.
All right, tell it.
So, this is the second time that this has happened in about a week, which is asinine that it's happened twice.
Mm-hmm.
So, I recently bought the NWA sweatshirt, the Gold Globe, off of NWA merch, and
yep.
Dude, I gotta say, one, this fucking thing is absolutely comfortable.
Okay.
For being up in Wisconsin, it is able to keep me warm in 22-degree weather when I leave for work in the mornings. Anyway, I was at Walmart today, and a gentleman stopped me and said, "Oh, it's nice to see that somebody's ripping off the rap group, NWA." And I go, "Are you sure about that, pal?" God. He's like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure." I go, "When did that group form?" And he tells me the date, and I go, "Now I want you to do me a favor. I want you to pull out your cellular device, and I want you to look up when the National Wrestling Alliance
was the internet
formed." The man then proceeded to go silent and go,
Oh. Oh, yeah. You don't say.
It's a great Wisconsin accent.
No, for a Wisconsin accent, you got to have
There
this.
you
You got to sound like this there, pal.
Oh, don't you know?
Oh, yeah. You go down to the Legion Hall on Friday for the fish fry, and then on Saturdays, we got the spaghetti dinner and maple syrup drinking contest. You know what the maple syrup drinking contest first prize is?
I'm telling you, the world's hottest woman in the world could walk up to me with that accent, and it'd just be a total turnoff.
Hey, you're not answering my question there,
No,
pal.
I don't know.
What? You want to know what the first prize is?
What is it?
Diabetes.
Oh, boy.
I'm Wilford Brimley, and I'm here to talk about type 2
Oh.
diabetes.
Hey, you know, when I think of Wisconsin people, I do like his image just pops in my head.
Dude, we're not fat fucking diabetics.
We
We're
know you're not fat.
We're a bunch of drunks who like cheese, beer, and brats. And brandy. A shit ton of it. I mean, when you're the number 2 consumer of brandy in the entire world, behind Germany, we like to drink here. And for people who say that Wisconsinites are alcoholic,
why is that?
because it's fucking cold and there's nothing else to do and there's godforsaken fucking state.
That's what I wanted right there. That's what I wanted right there.
Literally, I live 40 minutes away.
Look, I got an idea. Because I'm not digging these NWA merch commercials where he's like, go to NWA.com, go to NWA.com. You know, I'm like, okay, me and you can put something better together. We're going to make one and release it on our social media. And I've got some ideas. Maybe
we got to get some more merch.
Well, yeah, we will. You'll have the hoodie on. You're like, oh, this is perfect for where I live, blah, blah, blah. And then I can have the sleeveless Powerrr tee. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. And I know one person in particular.
I can be like, well, it's nice and warm here in Georgia. Woo! And then you're like, asshole.
I actually don't mind the cold.
No, you've told me you like it.
I don't like it. I tolerate it.
It's cold here now.
What? 52 degrees?
Yes.
Oh my God, you fucking wussy.
Damn, you hit that right on the head. No, I think now I got to check. It's 43 degrees right now.
You want to take a stab at what it is here right now?
Fucking no, it's way too cold.
36.
God damn, I fucking hate cold weather. I could live somewhere tropical.
Let's see here. Just to give you a rundown of the weather. Thanksgiving, high of 36, low of 21. Friday, a high of 31, a low of 17.
And this is why nobody wants to come visit you.
Well,
that's why they're like, let's just get Night in a plane ticket. Let's throw them together. Get them over here. You know, everybody's willing to go to each other's places, whatever. Like, no. We're not doing that. I'm not going over to fucking wherever the hell Justin lives either.
I wouldn't mind going to Germany. Fuck that. I'd love it.
I'm not going there.
Although I'd probably get kicked out of Germany. Because I don't think the Germans don't have very good senses of humor.
Oh, I don't know. Justin does. He's always talking about how he would whip Chris Adonis's ass. I'm like, okay. We need to get him to listen to the fucking podcast.
I think Chris, if
Justin in like a fucking 5-second video, shut the fuck up, Justin.
Dude. If Chris ever listened to this podcast, he would go, who the fuck are these 3 schmucks? And why the fuck are they talking shit about me?
That's hey, we're not talking shit about him. I like
Justin, I should say. Justin's talking shit about him.
Maybe we'll have him on the podcast.
Hopefully. I'd love it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that about does it. Unless you want to talk about anything else.
Fuck if I know.
Oh. We hope everybody has a good and safe Thanksgiving. And thank you for listening.
Don't get too shit-faced and have fun.
Yeah, that too.
Deuces.
All right.